Here is an individual who says, what do people do if they struggle with high blood sugar, but they have active jobs where they are walking around all day? I mean, would not a person need more carbs then? Well, that has been the standard thought. But there are athletes, runners, and various athletes in different sports that do the low-carb keto thing. And they do very well, and they don't feel the need. There used to be the idea that if you're going to do well in athletics, you better carb load, and you eat a big bowl of pasta, a monster bowl, and then have a bunch of bread and load up on those carbs, and then you can go out and run. Problem with a lot of carb loading is it'll get you up there too high, and then you'll drop too low. So no, you don't have to eat a lot of carbs if you've got an active physical job. Now, I will give you this, I'll grant this. The first few weeks you go from a normal diet, a standard diet, to a low-carb diet, you won't feel very good, and you may not feel like doing too much. And you may notice some lethargy or lack of energy. But once you get in the groove of it and get in the flow of low-carb eating, it's not going to stop you from being active at all. And then this person goes on to say, and also, won't I get a heart attack if I eat so much meat and eggs? And the answer is, well, no. If all you eat is meat and eggs and low-carb foods, you're far more likely to get a heart attack as a result of having high glucose and high insulin than you are from just eating meat and eggs. So if you want to know what is the number one predictor, and that's what we all want to know, right? What's the number one predictor that I'm likely to get a heart attack anytime soon? And the number one predictor is, how's your glucose? How do you respond to carbohydrates? And are you getting glucose spikes after every meal? That's the predictor that a heart attack is in your future more than anything else, far more than whether you eat meat or eggs. They used to put a heart-healthy symbol on sugary cereals. Fruit Loops are all these kind of Captain Crunch cereals, all these sweet, sugary, artificial, fake foods that are terrible for you, and they'd put a big beaming sign, heart healthy. And they were not heart healthy. They were heart damaging. Turns out the real boogeyman is sugar and carbs, or, let me put it this way, the meat and the eggs plus the sugar and the carbs, which is the standard American diet and the standard African diet. Here's the deal. If you eat meat and eggs only, or meat, eggs, and garden salads, you'll be fine. You should be fine. Now, there's no guarantee because, after all, we have complicated bodies and health situations, so there's no guarantee you won't get a heart attack no matter how you eat. But the likelihood, and we're talking likelihood here, is if you eat low carb, you are far less likely to have a heart attack in your near future than you are if you eat high carb and you're spiking all over the place. That is really beyond dispute. The best guarantee for a heart attack, a stroke, or any kind of a heart event is when your blood is spiking high, dropping and rising and dropping, constantly. So if you eat meat and eggs, guess what? You're not going to be spiking all over the place. You're barely going to be rising and then gradually coming back down. No spikes at all. I wouldn't call it a spike. It's just a gentle rise. But if you take that same meat and egg diet or meat and salad diet, and to me, the perfect diet for diabetics is meat and salad. Just make sure the meat has no coating to it. That's the perfect diet to me, because I don't have this bias that says plants are evil. Plants are the devil themselves. I have no problem with plants as long as they're low-carb plants. So garden salad, meat in a garden salad, chicken in a garden salad, fish in a garden salad, shrimp in a garden salad, as long as they don't have a heavy coating of bread over them. Any kind of meat and a garden salad, or broccoli with cheese over it, or cauliflower with cheese over it, or avocados. Meat and a low-carb veggie is going to cut your chances, your likelihood of heart attacks down significantly. But you can eat that same diet, meat and a salad, and add a donut and a big chunk of bread and a potato, and suddenly what was a safe and healthy diet becomes a dangerous diet. Yeah, meat can be a problem if you mix heavy carbs with it and sugar with it. As long as it's just the meat, or the meat in the eggs, or the meat in the salad, or the meat in the broccoli, you should be good. Again, no guarantees, but it's far more likely you'll do fine when you keep those carbs low. But don't you throw in that cinnamon roll, that bagel, that donut, that big chunk of French bread, that apple pie with ice cream on it. Don't you throw that in with the meat in the salad, or you've totally destroyed the value of the meat in the salad. That's what we're learning, folks. And that's why you have to be careful. Do you need more information and inspiration about beating diabetes? The very first line of our description is nearly always a link to our hundreds of videos toward that one subject, how to beat diabetes. Click on that link and start watching these videos. You'll be blessed and, I believe, greatly helped.